You cannot go to the team at the bottom of the table who haven't won all season and play for a 0-0 with the players you've got in your squad. And I know they've had COVID issues, but the players available to him last night, you can't go there to try and play out a 0-0. Everything you say about that is correct. And the evidence is there because they got the goal on 73. It's only then he made changes, bringing on more attacking players to try and score a goal. Before that, it looked to me like it was, well, if Wilson gets a chance, maybe he'll stick it away. That was his big hope. Yeah. He wasn't playing to win the game. And as a Newcastle manager, that is unacceptable. Fans can accept not winning stuff, like the Keegan era. They didn't win anything in the Keegan era. They can accept that as long as the football is decent. The football's terrible. They're not going to win anything. They've just gone out of 2 cups playing terrible football. So how can anyone possibly defend Steve Bruce? Well, let's find out, because we're going to hear from Gabby Agbonlahor speaking on breakfast earlier about Newcastle's performance last night.
Watching the game last night, I feel that he'll be very disappointed with the way his players played. I feel he's finally give Fraser a start, and Fraser didn't really put in a performance that would help a manager who might be under a little bit of pressure. I felt the rest of the team need to try and help get more chances on the plate for Callum Wilson, because we know he's a goal scorer, but he needs them chances. And I think what he tried to do is obviously match Sheffield United up last night. I feel if you look at the bench as well, Almiron on the bench, Gale, Jolinton, Carroll. Maybe it's a game where Steve Bruce might look back and think, maybe I could have given Dwight Gale a start, against a struggling defence with Sheffield United. And I think that he will probably change next game and try and play a bit more attacking and give the Newcastle fans what they want. And if it doesn't go right, then he can hold his hands up and say, you know what, I've tried to give you what you wanted now, the attacking football, and take it from there. The way Leeds play, everyone's buzzing off the way they play, aren't they? Entertaining football, defenders flying forward, leaving 1v1 at the back. But maybe Steve Bruce looks at his team and doesn't feel that maybe defensively, Ali, that they're capable of doing that. If he goes out and plays attacking football, he doesn't want to be getting beat 7-0, 7-1 by some of the top teams. So he's thinking of a formation, a way of playing that will keep Newcastle in the Premier League, and that must be what he's thinking his first job is to do. I think as well, though, Laura, you've got to look at the players as well. I think maybe, yes, he can play a bit more attacking, but let's look at the players. Yesterday didn't look like a team of players that were fighting for a manager. They were getting outrun all over the pitch by a very good Sheffield United, by the way. Credit to them. They were like the Sheffield United last season, last night. That's what everyone wanted to see from them. But if he gets St. Maximin back, gets Almiron on the right as well, both of them running at defenders, and you can see Newcastle winning one of the next 4 games and getting an upset. But I do understand where Newcastle fans are coming from. It's probably frustrating for them, but having had Steve Bruce as a manager, he'll find a way. He'll find the right formation to play now and get a result. But let's not forget, he was a great defender, so he's going to have a bit more of a defensive minded approach as a manager, and he wants to not concede goals and then take it from there, and he's got the players now at Newcastle to do that. So I think he'll be looking at the next game, looking at his squad, and looking for players that want to fight for him as well. I don't think anyone last night in that team really wanted to fight for Steve Bruce, and that's the big thing for me. He's set up a team with some good players in there. He's got Fraser in there, he's got Wilson in there. Maybe he could have played one more attacking player rather than an extra midfielder. But them players weren't running for Steve Bruce last night. They made Sheffield United look like a team that if that was your first time you watched Sheffield United, you'd never say they were bottom of the table. And I think that goes down to the way the players perform for him. And I don't think any manager or any team wanted to be the first team to lose to Sheffield United this season, the way they've been playing. And the way Steve Bruce's team performed yesterday was not very good.